Holy crap, it's March. I am participating in my first ever readathon. It is a competitive readathon hosted by Covers with Cassidy, and I thought it was so creative and looked so fun, so I decided to take part in it. And I have been preparing for the last couple of days a list of books that I wanted to read. Today we're gonna do like a spinny wheel with some of my own prompts and some of the prompts from the document for the readathon. I think this is the 4th annual Realmathon. And this Realmathon, it takes place in a place called Carrion City, and there are 4 families that represent 4 different parts of the city. The families are the Stingers, Monarchs, Stags, and the Ravens. And I chose these stags because, listen, green. I have green hair. I have horns. I could pass for a deer if you're like really wasted and kind of squint a little bit. So every team gets 2 bonus prompts, and the bonus prompts for the stags are a book with a non-human character on the cover, which is like a fae, vampire shifter, like Omegaverse shifter, which I have a few books I want to read for that. And also the other prompt is a book with plants on the cover, which I have a ton of books on my shelves that can fit at least one of these prompts. So I thought it was the perfect team for me. I wanted to participate in this readathon because I wanted to meet more readers. So if you guys are from the Discord and you're watching this for some reason, thank you. The way the Realmathon is competitive is that each team can either attack or defend. So I'm going to defend on all of mine. So all of my prompts are going to be from the green list. Let's go ahead and start spinning the wheel. I think we're going to spin for 10 books this month. Let's go. First prompt. Please give me a good one. I need it, please. Oh, a book with pretty edges. Okay. I always love an excuse to read one of my special editions. Let's go. We got hands. I pulled these 2. I'm super excited about them both. This one might be the one I choose because it hits the most high point prompts. It's called The Bull Moon Rising, and I just love the edges on this. They're pretty. They're moons and this is another one, A Song to Drown Rivers. This one is so highly praised. I have heard so many good things about it, and I really want to read it. I kind of want to read it more than Bull Moon Rising, but I don't think it has any non-human main characters. But for the Realmathon, I think the best choice would be to go with Bull Moon Rising. So that will be our first pick. Second prompt. A book that has been translated to English. So I pulled these 2 off my shelf, which is the Full Moon Coffee Shop. I haven't read this one yet, and I don't think it has any non-human main characters, but this one does. It has a talking cat in the book, and I love the title. I love the cover art. To stay competitive, plus it's also very short. I don't know if I explained this, but in the readathon, the longer the book is, the more points you get for it, just to not punish anyone who wants to read Brick. So I'll go with this one because it seems the most interesting to me, and it hits a high value prompt because they're both short. We need one that hits a high value prompt. All right, number 3. A library book. Okay, perfect. I always look for an excuse to check out a book from my library. This seems like the perfect book for a Stags team member anyway. So Lore of the Wilds for the 3rd book. Wait, does this have a non-human character too? Because he has antlers. Look. Ooh, okay. All right. Hey, I'll take it. Number 4. A book with the coolest dedication. So these are the 3 that I found that fit the most prompts for the Realmathon. The dedication for Masters of Death. For Garrett, an alleged mortal without whom my existence would be bleak. For my mother, who assured me that this book is not blasphemy. And for you, for being here when so many other worlds are calling. That last one made me smile. I think this one has non-human characters too. The dedication for Dowry of Blood is to those who escaped a love like death, and to those still caught in its grasp. You are the heroes of this story. And then we have Rewitched, which this one hits quite a few prompts as well. It has plants on the covers. I'm going to assume it's in an urban setting, like a small town, which is urban. And she's a witch, so she's a non-human main character. For the girls who grew up on the wonder of witches and knew that magic would be found at their own fingertips. Oh, I'm going with this one. I like the dedication. It's cute, it's wholesome, and it hits so many prompts, so we're going with this one. Okay, halfway there. Number 5. Let's go. Give me something good. A book set in a different world. Perfect. I have plenty of those. I chose One Dark Window. This one has a really cool magic system with tarot cards. She has one of the tarot cards and it lives in her head. This is heavy? Why is it so heavy? I've heard a lot of good things about this book, so I really want to read it. That's about what it's coming to. It hits non-human character, I'm going to assume, because she does magic. So that humans don't do magic. There's plants on the cover, and she has a creature living in her head. So that's another non-human main character. I don't know about the urban setting. This one, it seems like it's going to be a high value book. Also, I think it's relatively long as well. If you include the acknowledgements, it's 404 pages on this edition, but it hits the special edition prompt as well. Yeah, this is a good pick. Okay, number 6. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this seems like a good opportunity for a nice spicy romantasy. Let's see what I can find on my shelves for this one. The 6th one was a morally gray character, and this one, it's called The Stars Are Dying, and it's advertised as the villain getting the girl. So I'm going to assume that the villain, of course, is going to be a morally gray character. And are there plants on the cover? What about like the undercover? Are there plants there? There's no plants. Guys, we're losing. I have another edition. Hold on. Listen, I'm a sucker for a pretty book. Don't judge me, okay? Technically, the naked hardcover is oh my. I love that art. I don't see any plants though. Okay, no plants on the cover, but it's fine. It's fine. I think it still hits the non-human main character prompt, I think. So stars are dying for this one. Number 7. 3 more. We're working through this quick. I like this. Okay. For the hyped book, I might be a tiny bit selfish on this one because I really want to read Project Hail Mary, and lots of people have talked about it, but these other 2 actually fit the prompts. So we have Belladonna, and then we have Divine Rivals, but I really want to read Project Hail Mary. But to make up for that, this looks pretty long, so we might be able to make up for that. It's 478 pages. See? So I think for the lack of prompts, I think it makes up for that in length. I'm gonna be a little bit selfish with this one and go with this one. I have not gotten any of the prompts from the readathon. This is number 8. Yes! Perfect! Finally! This is a prompt from the readathon, a book that has sibling characters. So Brandon Sanderson is coming in clutch for this readathon, because for this readathon, I want to read Elantris, and this goes in for a book that has sibling characters. According to Google, Brandon Sanderson said in an article that the Elantris, he kind of considers them the fantasy equivalent of undead. So it has non-human main characters. It's very long. It was on one of the hosts' 5-star reads, so it hits a lot of high value prompts. So I think we're going to go with this one. Ain't no way I made a typo on that though. Don't ignore the typo. Okay, we're on number 9. These are the last 2. Yes. These prompts are so fun this time. Okay, for my favorite trope, I tried to go with something that wasn't romance because I felt like that would have been too easy. So I went with a horror and a sci-fi book. For my favorite horror trope, it's actually the haunted house trope. So I felt like this one would be perfect. And there's grass on the cover, so technically there's plants on the cover. So we have How to Sell a Haunted House, but we also have the Kaiju Preservation Society. It's like an otherworld sci-fi trope. Those are my favorite type of sci-fi books. So, and kaiju, like Godzilla. I might actually be able to read both of these books. All right. And this is the last prompt for the March TBR. We've gotten so many good ones. This is gonna be a crazy good reading month. Oh yes, another. This is perfect. This prompt is a prompt from the readathon. Also, it is worth 5 points, so it's a high value prompt. This last book was on Tori Between the Pages, one of her 5-star reads. So to fit it, I chose Don't Let the Forest In. This has plants on the cover. It may potentially have an urban setting. I think this would be a good read, and I've been wanting to read it for a while anyway. So yeah, it's going on my TBR. There's also a couple of new releases I want to read this month. Why can't I speak? There are a couple of new releases that are coming out this month that are highly anticipated for me to read, which is, the first one is Sunrise on the Reaping, which is Hey Mitch's Hunger Games stories. Fable for the End of the World, which is by the author who wrote A Study in Drowning. I think it is a sapphic romance. The cover is beautiful. It's dystopian. It just sounds right up my alley. So, and it sounds like a perfect stag book. So Oh my gosh, another new release I want to get to too, which I'm recording this after I recorded the video, but I forgot. I just saw it on my list and I really want to talk about it, is the Our Infinite Fates, which is crazy. Like, the description for this book, it says, or for people who liked The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and This Is How You Lose the Time War. Guys, when I tell you that both of those books have a chokehold on me. Both of them are 6-star reads for me. And the fact that Our Infinite Fates is like saying that if you like those two, you'll like this one, I'm gonna read it. In my Alcrate book, which should be here March 1st. It should already been here, but it's not here yet. But Wooing the Witch Queen, I want to read that. And just a quick recap of the TBR. For a book with pretty edges, we picked Bull Moon Rising. For a book that has been translated, we picked The Cat Who Saved Books. For a library book, we picked The Lore of the Wilds. For a book with the coolest dedication, we picked Rewitched. For a book set in a different world, we picked One Dark Window. For a book with a morally gray character, we picked The Stars Are Dying. For a super hype book, I picked Project Hail Mary, which I'm so excited for. Oh my god. For a book with sibling characters, we chose Elantris. For a book with my favorite trope, we picked How to Sell a Haunted House. And for a book that any host from the Realmathon has given 5 stars, we chose Don't Let the Forest In. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stags are gonna win because we're the best team. Duh. The rest of you are going down. We'll see how this month goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Subscribe. You're still here. Subscribe. You're still watching the video. Go on. Do it. Do it, or Blurpy will eat you. Won't ya? Don't worry, he said yes, you just couldn't hear it. Here. Why haven't you subscribed yet? The button's right there. Hit it. Go on. Bye! Subscribe. You're still here. Okay, bye.